So as I said, many of our coordinators are already on their second run of the programme. They get so enthusiastic. If your club decides to run the programme a second time, I would suggest that somebody else is appointed, maybe coordinator, and then that last year's coordinator comes as an assistant. It gives another opportunity for that leadership role to be undertaken, but I have no objection if coordinators want to stick in there and do the programme twice or three times, as they are enjoying it so much. So the banquet or party session, this is where the fun happens. We are going to present the graduation certificates. It can take any form the young people like. My young people decided that they wanted speech contests. They were interested in this. So I thought, hey, let's get some of the Toastmasters down from the London clubs and let's get them to be judges and contest chairs. Let's make it a proper contest. I downloaded all the forms from toastmasters.org, so they had the proper judging forms. Everything was done as and per we would for one of our club contests. It was great fun. It can also take the form, if you wish, of a debate or a discussion, or maybe a series of speeches in an evening. Some schools prefer to do this last session as an assembly. That's another option that you have, a special assembly where the young people can come receive their certificates, mum and dad are there, or someone to represent, maybe friends as well. And it's good, as well as including speeches, if you can involve some sort of evaluation aspect to the session, because I do think that evaluation is the key skill of Toastmasters. It's how we get our Toastmasters to progress, how we get our young people to progress. So if you can include some aspect in your final session, that helps. My way of doing it was to have an evaluation contest in with my contests, and I got one of the teachers to give the test speech, and that was huge fun too. He was a very brave chap to come and give a test speech that was evaluated by 4 of the students of the school. Brave man. So we're going to present the certificates. I would encourage you to ask either a division or a district officer to be present for this last session. An area governor could do the role, a division governor maybe, to come and present those certificates on behalf of Toastmasters. Also, something that I did, which surprised the young people, was that I got in contact with my old primary teacher. Now, the young people were quite amazed because they assumed that my primary school teacher must be dead by now. Okay? Because they're young and they look at me and they must think I'm terribly old. But no, my primary school teacher happens to be a local counsellor. She took up this role when she retired from teaching, and she's also been very involved in several educational bodies. So I wrote to her and I said, would you come along? And in fact, she presented the contest certificates at the end, which was great fun, and she said a word to the young people to encourage them on their way. So it's good to have a representative from the local authority present. We like them to know about what we're doing within our Toastmasters Youth Leadership Scheme. We're taking in something that's really precious to these young people when we go and deliver the 8 sessions. Just a couple of guidelines for you. If photos are taken at one of your sessions or events, it's purely with the school's approval and they will get parental consent beforehand. Okay, if you are producing an article, maybe for your club to send to everybody about how the programme's going, make sure that it's put in front of the school before you launch it or send it round by email. Always get approval for everything you do regards publicity. There's no reason to avoid publicity, but do get approval first, please. And also, one last thing that I would like to encourage you to do, every division council will have a youth leadership representative. They will all report back to me as the district representative for youth leadership. So I will publish the list of those names also on the D71 website. You will be able to know who your representative is. Give them regular news of your programmes. It's important that the division councils know what's going on. It's good for everybody to be encouraged as we undertake this very important work. We have been through the programme together this evening. I wanted to give you some time to ask some questions, and I'll try to answer any immediate questions you have about what you've heard tonight or the Youth Leadership Programme.